You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the TLF, radio zone.
Side. This is The Last Frequency, and I am Mike Vara, and I do welcome all of you, wherever it is you may be. This broadcast is coming at you live from the capital city, Columbia, South Carolina, located on the east coast of the United States. And the website is www.lastfrequency.com. Make sure you go over, become a member, be informed, and by all means, always inform others. I can't stress that enough. All right, so we're broadcasting on a few different places. Of course, the L&M, the L&M radio. I can't believe this far in, and I almost said it. But yeah, we're broadcasting on the VARA network, also on YouTube, and on Twitch, and Facebook. Where the heck else are we? There's a couple others. I don't know. You'll know if you're there. But anyways, I've got Dr. Rand joining me here. It is 2024, everyone. And this is the first show for the 2024 year. And here we go. So what kind of year is it going to be? I wonder. Maybe people will write in tonight and, what do you think? What kind of year do you think 2024 is going to be? Probably a lot of the same, maybe. I don't know. I hope not, but more than likely. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that doom and gloom tonight. We are here to talk about all kinds of things. Extraterrestrials, UFOs, paranormal stuff, I don't know. We'll get into it all. And I'm sure a couple places we didn't even expect to go tonight with Dr. Rand. So we'll have that going in just a moment. All right, so I've got a little bit of news and such that I wanted to get into. I really didn't go crazy on news stuff tonight, partially because I just was so busy. I had a lot going on anyways. A bizarre galaxy NASA spotted at the edge of the universe could upend what we know about supermassive black holes. They're always learning something new, aren't they? It says NASA's JWST telescope spotted a bizarre galaxy that defies expectations. Galaxy UHZ/1 formed around a huge black hole that existed surprisingly soon after the Big Bang, if that's actually what happened. It formed so early that the main theory for black hole formation, a dying star, seems not to fit. and they say a bizarre galaxy that was spotted in the early days of the universe could rewrite how supermassive black holes are formed. Scientists have long wondered how a supermassive black hole, the enormous mysterious phenomena at the center of galaxies, including our Milky Way, came into existence. Kind of like a toilet, right? It's flushing, and the I won't say it, but that stuff will go down the drain, and it's gonna get flushed, and one day we'll probably be a part of it. Yeah, I think you go out with the old, in with the new, right? I think you go through it, and I think stuff comes out on the other side, and who knows where that is, where that leads. Says that the observation of galaxy UHZ-1 collected by NASA using its powerful new James Webb Space Telescope and the Chandra X-ray Observatory suggests an unusual origin. Per the agency, it could show that the supermassive black hole there was born directly from clouds of the primordial gas. So maybe just a bunch of gases. They don't know. They never know. Just like they just wasn't that long ago. They thought they knew how planets were formed, and now they've changed that. They're always, with new discoveries, changing things, right? Anyways, in conclusion, if confirmed, it would show for the first time that supermassive black holes are not always formed by dying stars. Sometimes they just are. Hey, I'm on some social medias. You can find me on Facebook. I am on, obviously YouTube. And you could find me over on Rumble, too. Don't forget the Rumble channel. Go ahead and subscribe over there as well, because that's where Uncensored takes place. I'm on Truth Social X, what used to be Twitter. MeWe. What else? Instagram. I'm on them all, I guess. So you could find me there. I don't do like the Snapchats and stuff. I honestly wasn't even going to do anything with TikTok. I'm on TikTok too, and as much as I'm not a big fan of it, I'm there. It's show worthy. You gotta get on these things. All right. Magnetic field necessary for life, and it may have been discovered on an alien world for the first time. How about that? So they say a study using a very large array radio telescope may have discovered a magnetic field on exoplanet YZ. They say that the magnetic fields protect planets from energetic particles, which we know that. And they have now apparently found one, a planet anyways, with a strong magnetic field. And so they think, hey, what else is there? Life, water. Look, you get checking out all these planets out there, and you're going to find there's a lot of life out there. There's a lot of life out there. A whole bunch of it. So, 2023 was rough. It was a rough year. It was definitely a rough year for me. What a rough year. Lost a lot, my dad passed away. I don't want to get into the economy and all that. I could, but I'm not going to. But you just add all that on, and people going crazy everywhere. It's just been one of those years, and so we'll see what 2024 brings us. But it's just a number. I don't think that, and too much changes just because the number changes. I am going to take a break, and when I come back, I will have Dr. Rand with me, and he and I will go all kinds of different places. I am still in the process of getting my scheduling done for 2024, and so bear with me. I'm trying to do 100 things at once. It's, it used to be there was a time when the show was full-time, and that's all I did. It's not all I do now, so I got a lot of other things that I'm doing, and especially a job that takes up a lot of my time, unfortunately, And so it takes me away from this. And so I do the best I can. With that, let me take this break, and then we'll come back and get this show on the road. How about that? You're listening and watching The Last Frequency. I'm Mike Vara. It is January 1st, 2024. We made it, folks. We're here, and we'll be right back.
Stand by, Carolinas.
Carolina Radio, Columbia.
Excellent, excellent.
Your talk station. Hey, frequencies of all walks of life. Keep up with all things TLF Radio by joining our mailing list. Go to the bottom of the homepage and fill in the form. You'll get everything from guest info and show info and other important station-related information. So sign up now.
You're listening to the VARA Network.
Frequencies around the world. Listen up. The shop is here, and you can order TLF radio swag right now and show your friends and neighbors you're awake by wearing one of our many shirts. We have coffee mugs, clocks, so never miss your favorite shows, books, mouse pads. Just go to thelastfrequency.com and click the shop link. That's thelastfrequency.com and get to shopping.
Crazy ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
You heard me. Crazy ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
Crazy ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
For all your bumper sticker needs, just click on the Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers banner located at the foot of my website, www.lastfrequency.com. That's Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers and more.
You're making me crazy.
Hey, Walmart shoppers, how about you spend your money in a useful manner? Try a Last Frequency subscription. It's pennies on the dollar, and you expand your mind and expand your imagination. Beats hearing crying kids and whiny Karens at lastfrequency.com. It's theater for your mind.
I love this damn show because he's not going to take it anymore. So turn off the other crap and pull up a darn seat, will you?
Tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern for 2 hours of mind-blowing radio and TV. The Last Frequency covers everything.
You're listening to the wonderful Vara Network.
This is The Last Frequency.
You are the resistance.
Do you have a thirst for knowledge and a curiosity for the unknown? If you answered yes, then you need to tune into The Last Frequency radio show with veteran talk radio host Mike Vara. The Last Frequency is a talk radio show that covers everything from UFOs, paranormal, Bigfoot, forbidden archaeology, government cover-ups, and much more. The Last Frequency is live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern on lastfrequency.com. You can also watch the show on Rumble, but if you want to get the full experience and access a much wider archive of past shows, you need to become a subscriber. As a subscriber, you will be part of the resistance and support independent media. Don't miss this opportunity to join the Last Frequency community and get informed, enlightened, and entertained. Subscribe today and get ready for the ride of your life. Because when all communications go down, this just may be your last frequency.
From
From the great Southeast, in the capital city, Columbia, South Carolina, you're listening to The Last Frequency with your host, Mike Vara. To get questions to Mike, just go to the portal page on the website or give a call at 803-369-3629. Now, here is Mike Vara.
I know that's a lot. But I got to start somewhere, okay?
Yeah.
All right. They are humanoid beings. They look like us. They're slightly different. They have exaggerated webbing between their fingers. Like if you put your own hand out, everybody just put your hand out. Now, if you look at where the little finger meets the ring finger and then goes to the middle finger and then the index finger and the thumb, we don't have what we call much padding or webbing, okay? However, the fourth racers have quite a bit, probably a 1/4 inch or so between each finger. And it's just that. It looks like webbing. They had an aquatic period in their evolution. Now, the fourth racers are between 175 and 250,000 years in advance of Earth, her people, her technology, her reality, than our species, Homo sapien. Okay? Now, they are highly intelligent. Most of them live between 350 and 400 years, as opposed to us. If we make it to 80, 85, you're doing good. Okay?
Yeah.
They are, I would say, extremely sophisticated, meaning they no longer have wars with each other. They no longer kill each other. They no longer eat each other. I'm sorry to be so graphic.
It's all right.
But there are places on this planet where there's types of cannibalism that are still practiced.
That's right.
Okay. Now, as far as killing each other, it's everywhere. There's no place on the planet Earth that is totally, absolutely immune to evil, evildoers, such things as wars and petty differences between societies, religions. I don't want to go down a downer attitude tonight. You follow me? I want to try to keep this positive.
I do follow you.
But we're really messed up, Michael. We're really, really, truly messed up. Okay?
I know we are. I know. You know that creature, I guess, I don't know, that you just described, that alien. It kind of reminded me of a description of, and I'm not being funny here, but almost like remember the creature from the Black Lagoon? And it had the webbed hands and stuff, and it was kind of a water creature.
Yeah, he looked very reptilian.
Yeah.
Well, the fourth racers don't.
Okay.
No. And I never said that they did.
Oh, no, you didn't. You did mention that, they were.
Well, it's just a peculiarity. Now, put out your hand so that the palm is away from you. And look at what's between your thumb and your index finger. What does it look like? Describe it.
It's a web.
Ah, is it now?
It is.
Aha. Now imagine that a little bit more exaggerated between each finger. That's the only difference. Okay? And I asked Elon about it, and he said that it actually gives the hand more stability, especially when doing things that demand dexterity.
Uh-huh.
Was that too much to throw at you?
No, actually it wasn't.
Okay, good. I have a tendency sometimes to go too far in my descriptions. The unique thing about the experiences that I've had is that they've always been uplifting and beneficial. A contactee can come in many forms. Some contactees are just being abducted and examined and things of that nature. I am not an abductee. I am a contactee. I have had positive mental, spiritual, and physical contacts with this group of ultra-terrestrials. Now, I have seen many, many, many different types of UAPs. That's unidentified anomalous phenomena. By the way, they're changing it away from UFO.
Yeah, then that's all on purpose, because when they're coming out with stuff.
Well, yeah, they're trying to re-educate the public in ways which I'm not sure the public needs to be re-educated. What they need are the answers. Now that means somebody's not telling us the truth. I suppose we could slide away from my personal experiences for a moment and talk about the ultra secretive conduct and program. I'm choosing my words very carefully, especially because we're on a larger platform tonight.
Yeah.
My conduct and my conversation is not meant to shame the government or to blame the government or to make desperate threats against it. No, please back off. I call them the jackals. You know what a jackal is? You don't want to mess with one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My whole point is that I've had the pleasure of watching ever since I was a very, very small child. The unique experience of being able to watch the entire development of what's known as the extraterrestrial hypothesis theory. Now, most people on the planet are very versed, and they're not dumb, and they're not stupid, and they are quite educated. And if they aren't super educated, they've had at least enough exposure through the print, through video, through the movies, mostly the movies. You have no idea how the movies have shaped our perceptions of things like aliens and space creatures. Agreed?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. You look at Spielberg's work, E.T., the extraterrestrial, and then he had his various close encounter type films. And then he had that wonderful old-time film flavor to his movie that portrayed the story of how UFOs began. And I just marvel at the difference between someone like Spielberg telling the story, and then you have all these horror flicks. Remember the Alien series?
Oh, yeah. V, right? Wasn't it V?
No, V was a TV show on NBC.
Right.
That was a negative portrayal, but I'm talking about with Sigourney Weaver, that whole series, there were 3 of them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
You never saw the Alien? You never saw Alien or the 2 other films that followed it? They were absolutely mind blowers for horror.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not really good with titles. I'm more, it's one of those things I start seeing. I'm not a movie watcher, so it has to be alien related or something along the lines of what I do.
You should learn to appreciate the value of motion pictures because they have been shaping the hearts and minds and souls and dispositions of Americans since the turn of the century.
You almost have to twist my son. I hadn't gone to the movie theater in over a decade, and my son had to twist my arm to go. And when I went, the movie was good. I enjoyed it, and it was nice. But boy, I'd still rather stay home. The money you spend at a movie theater is just ridiculous. I mean, God help you if you need some popcorn or a snack. Goodbye. Get out the credit card.
Agreed, but we've digressed greatly.
We have digressed. I'm sorry.
But it's your show.
Well, you're here with me, so I'd make it our show. So.
Yeah, but one thing you never do is you never bite the hand that gives you airtime.
Well, I want to stay on track. I just couldn't help myself. But go ahead.
Speaking of airtime, man, I've been getting a lot of flack to go back on the air. You have no idea.
Yeah?
And it's all subtle. It's all subtle. I'll get an email like, what are you waiting for? World to end? UFOs to be talked about? It's cute little things, and I love them all. I do. What I'm thinking I'd like to do, here I go digressing, right? I'd like to do a 1-hour show, maybe twice a month to get started again. And I would like to have, obviously, CC as my producer. Now,
yeah, I could see that, yeah.
Okay. With a show like that, I still want to call it In Contact. I think it's a golden caption and a name for a show because what it is you allow me to come in contact with America. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'd like to be free to do whatever content I want, but I would always keep it respectful. I'd always keep it very ultra American. Ultra, ULTRA, ultra plus. I am not a progressive. I am a thoughtful, conservative, Christian radio host.
Oh, boy.
Although I have my moments.
Now you're a target. All right, don't get me started. I can't go there here.
But I have my moments.
That's right.
But they're usually funny moments.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. That's a good question. My phone's on 2%, so I better hurry up if I'm going to know. But yeah, go ahead. You're good. I'm listening.
All right. So I've been thinking it over, and with the release of my book coming out soon, it would be a good time for me to get back on the air to keep talking about it. I mean, that's just good self-marketing. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, I think I'm going to go a little political, but I am not going to go on the attack. It's not like that. So all you jackals, just back off. Okay. I think that what we're headed for in this country is a giant catharsis. Ooh, I got to be careful with that one. I get bleeped. Of the American spirit and soul. I think there's going to be a reversal of the political powers that now control the Congress, the Senate, the White House, and the court systems. I think, I believe, I hope, I pray for 2024 to bring us a cleansing of the conscience and heart of the United States.
I just hope we survive 2024. We still got a whole year to go yet.
It's going to be just fine, Michael. Here you go at your doggone half-empty glass. I love it.
My glass is kind of half empty. My last frequency coffee mug. You know, you can get these in the shop, by the way, folks.
Right. And by the way, if and when I do win the lottery, and Elon keeps telling me, want to hear a cute little story about me and the.
Sure. Hey, it's New Year's. Let's do it.
I mean, we're all over the friggin' place, but that's okay, right?
Like a UFO, you know.
What do we got? An hour and a half left?
We got just about.
Okay.
We got till 11.
I'll come back to the UFO thing and the government and disclosure. I want to end on disclosure. By the way, I think disclosure is right around the corner.
No, I just
April, May, June. There's going to be a crack in the Pentagon's wall of secrecy. Something major is going to happen. I think I'm going to go way out on a limb, and I'm going to come back to what I was talking about, and I will finish out about me and all this other stuff. But there's going to be a major event that will tip not only the election upside down for a good purpose, but it's also going to set the stage for the government to feel it's okay to expose themselves. I don't mean that way.
No, not the Pee Wee Herman type of exposure.
No. I don't want anybody thinking that I said that.
Because he meant to do that. Go ahead.
When the government exposed the nearly 80 years of, I would call, black ops operations that have been doing the bidding of the dark state, okay, that don't want people to know things. You've got the light state and you've got the dark state of the United States. I don't want to go too deep into this because
we probably shouldn't. Yeah.
It's like going into the swamp. Now, I've said nothing derogatory about the United States.
Well, we'll get warning things underneath the videos, and
Are you getting those now?
No. You won't know until it's over. It's just long. We're good, right?
Well, I'm not trying to.
We're good.
Right.
We're good.
All right. Let's clear the air. I know I'm the guest and you're the host. I am not saying anything negative.
No, you're not. You're
or violent or sense of upheaval.
You're simply giving your predictions.
My opinions.
And predictions, yes.
and my predictions. I predict that sometime between now and let's say July 4th, I may be off on the time, but I'm going to throw it out there. I've been talking about the fact that I believe that at some moment in time, simultaneously, over every major capital of every major country in the world, like London and Moscow and Stockholm and Washington, D.C., and London and Mexico City, in China, Japan, everywhere there will be a simultaneous appearance of what the UTs and the ETs call the ships of light. Ships. Okay, let's get that right.
So with a P, not a T. I got you.
Got you. Ships of light. They're actually very, very, very large craft. Sometimes they could be a quarter of a mile wide. The large triangular ships can be twice the size of a football field. It's pure stuff right out of Star Wars. Remember that big round, I forgot what they called it in Star Wars. The Death.
Oh, the Death Star. The Death Star.
The Death Star.
It kind of looked like our moon, only they drove that damn thing around, right?
Yeah, well, okay. The whole concept of the Death Star thing, of these huge ships, they do exist.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They have always existed. We're going to clean everything up now, Mike.
We are. And by the way, yeah.
The concept of the extraterrestrial and the ultra-terrestrial hypothesis as a practical system of reality has been around from almost the near time of the initial creation of the universe, which was about 13.8 billion years ago.
If they could measure such a thing.
Well, we're talking today's cosmology.
You have to have a pretty big ruler, man. Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Watch it. It's a family show.
It is a family show.
All right. Now, the enormity of the cosmos would take 20 books and 10,000 hours of your radio show time to explain. But I'll give you a little capsule.
All right.
The universe is actually unmeasurable. Not only length and width, but top to bottom.
That would be my assessment.
The universe is layered with reality systems, dimensional planes of reality. I'm going to go a little deep here. And if you feel like you're drowning, just say help.
I'm good. I'm wading in the water, feet kicking. It's all good.
Okay. And by the way, if anybody wants to call in, I'd love to chat with someone tonight.
Well, and that was my thoughts after when we get to the top of the hour, we take our last break and we'll come back. And then if anybody wants to get in, they're more than welcome to. I just ask you that you stay on topic if you do call in.
Yeah, I love. Of course. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
I love talking to people because people are my connection to earthian reality.
I used to love people, and then I got a job that I directly deal with people, lots of people every day. And it's not that I don't like them. I just don't have too much faith in them anymore. I just don't. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of messed up ones too.
All right. Boy, we could digress again and again and again and again, but I want to stay on topic if I can. Somehow, I got to try to stay on topic tonight.
Right.
Okay. All right. The universe is layered. It may contain as many as 150 million galaxies like our Milky Way. Let me try that again. They now believe there may be as many as 150 million stacked, layered, some on their side, galaxies scattered throughout the immense expanse of what's known as the universe with a capital U. Always put a capital U on the word universe. It's too important. It's too important not to. Okay? Now, our star sector of the Milky Way galaxy is about 350,000 light years from the center of our galaxy. We are out on one of the outer spiral arms. In my book, I portray the illustration with us being in a large circular pattern of stars. And then you're going to see the word sun and a little golden sun out on one of the rings. It would be about 2 o'clock on the clock. You know, if you had a clock in the center and you had the big spiral. By the way, that's called the plane of the ecliptic.
Okay.
Just for the, all right. Now, our sun and our solar system are very, very exclusive and very, very unique, and are the only ones of its kind known so far by us to exist, even in just our own star sector,
so
but in the entire template of the universe.
So how far away are these ETs coming from? Where are they?
All over the place.
I think there's some on the moon. I ain't being funny either. I do. I think that.
Well, you're confining yourself to just local. They come from different star systems and different galaxies. I'm going to go really deep on. I have to do this because that's where the truth lies. With the universe being as old as it is, 11.8 something years in the past, it's inconceivable that there couldn't be any more intelligent species than us. I don't mean to rain down on the Earth or its people or its species. We are Homo sapien living on this planet, along with many other life forms and many other species.
Well, we certainly aren't the best the universe has to offer.
Well,
we can't
here's the thing. The Earth, our home, planet Earth, is considered to be, by the majority of positive. There are good and bad aliens, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Just like there's good and bad people, good and bad countries. There are good and bad aliens.
Good and bad plants, good and bad dogs, good and bad cats. That goes.
Yeah.
I think it's universal.
Good and bad goldfish that eat each other. Okay.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, and I get this from a number of outer space identifiers and theologians. I've had a chance to talk with my friends, the Fourth Racers, for that whole 4.5 hours I was on board their ship. I'm drifting, but I'm going back.
No, you're good.
And I came to understand how important and how special and how beautiful the ETs and UTs consider Earth to be. You see, they are some of the youngest of the star travelers visiting Earth. The star travelers, that's what they call themselves, have been coming here for millions and millions of years prior to Earth hosting any form of Homo sapien humanity. Okay, now, here's the important thing. This is what's so beautiful about living. By the way, we are living in one of the most interesting and one of the most challenging time periods that you could possibly be living on this planet in your humanoid body form.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I will tell you why. I believe, could be wrong, not usually on your show am I ever wrong, but
that's right.
I got to remain humble. Got to remain humble tonight. It's New Year's Day, isn't it?
It is. It's the first day of the new year, and
I'm on your show. Is that an accident? I don't think so.
I don't either. It's never an accident when you're coming out.
I got to thinking about it after you called me, and I said, okay, it's already starting off in grand style. Here I am tonight talking to could be millions of people for all we know, across all platforms. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to be relaxing at home on my cell phone technology. But I'm sorry about the business with my Skype. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
That's all right.
Somebody took command of my Skype and erased everything I had and took my picture off, changed my name and everything.
Oh, so your Skype got hacked.
I got hackedy smackedy.
Oh, shoot.
So CC's been helping me put it back together, but I can't do anything until tomorrow.
Yeah, he told me it was a mess and that you weren't going to be getting on it anytime soon.
No, so we're on the cell tonight. How is the reception?
So far, it's been pretty good. In the beginning, it had a little static, but I mean, it ended. It's been pretty good. I mean, you know, I can't complain. It could be a lot worse.
My cell phone's name is Hank.
Hank. Oh, you name your cell phone?
Oh, well, yeah, I have names for everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, so...
I gotta try that. Maybe my life will be a little smoother.
Maybe. So here I am on your show tonight. Had absolutely no plans on being on the radio. And you called me about, 3.5, 4 hours ago.
Yeah, I called and I says, you're ready for tonight, right? And he says, well, I didn't know we was on tonight, but okay.
I didn't. I didn't. I know we attempted to come together the other night, but then you went down.
Yeah, my board got wiped. Yeah, fine. My board gets wiped out. You get hacked.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm waiting for 8:30 to come when you called in. I'm saying to myself, there has to be a reason why right off the bat on the very first day I'm back on the air talking about all the things I love to talk about and that I'm good at talking about. And of all places, on your show.
Yeah.
We should remind them. We should remind them of our history. Why don't you do that?
Oh, it goes back to 2007. Yeah.
And and remember what the circumstances were?
The circumstances, I found you somehow. Let me think about this for a second, how I actually found you. I located you. You didn't get a hold of me. I think I got a hold of you.
You called me and asked me if I'd like to be on your show.
That's right. Yeah, I got you off one of those. I don't know, something. I don't know if I typed in Planet X or what happened. I know back then it was a lot harder finding guests than it is today. No one wanted to show me the ropes. I had to learn it all. But I found you.
Well, I was your third guest.
That's
and your third. In other words, I was a guest on your third show.
That's right. You know, my very first guest was supposed to be a priest. And this priest would do exorcisms. And so he was going to come on the show to talk about the exorcisms he's done. However, that night he never showed up. I could never get back a hold of him. He told me he had an exorcism to do that night and that he would be home in time to do the show. Something happened.
Maybe the bad thing got him.
That's what I'm thinking, because I've never heard from him again, and there'd be no reason for that. I mean, everything was good. We were fine.
Yeah.
And so,
well, let's wish him well, regardless of what happened to him.
Yeah. So that was the beginning of of it all, right there. Just the priest disappearing.
That's pretty paranormal right there.
That was pretty paranormal right there. And I had to do that first show all on my own. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was a lot of fun. Anyways.
Well, we had a lot of fun that first night.
Well, yeah, we did. And I'll tell you what, I really got, the Planet X thing really had a grasp on me for a while. I mean, I was researching it night and day. For quite a while. Talking to you, I talked to guys like John Moore, who also, talked about a Navy map that he had seen. Just and then it would go on and on. I mean, there's so many Marshall Masters. I mean, the list goes on. And
now all of our shows are still in the can.
What's that?
Are all of our shows from the past still in the can?
Yes, they are. I actually have a stack of CDs sitting up on the shelf over here, and they're the first couple years worth of shows, and we're on them. They're all. Remember, you used to have me send them to you, cause yeah, I used to tell you download them. Yeah.
I have some thoughts, but we're going to hold on to that right now. Now look, by my estimate, we've done about 400 to 500 shows together. Now, in that are my own shows on In Contact, which I did for several years, and then all the shows with Peter Kling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot there, too.
Do you still have those?
Oh, I do on a thumb drive somewhere here. I think, actually, this is it right here. Let me see.
Well, I'm thinking that stuff's going to
look at
become
this.
What?
Kling and Rand. Yep, I got it. I got it.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that this stuff is going to be worth a lot of money if disclosure ever occurs, because we've been talking about stuff that nobody's been talking about for the last 80 years, but we've been talking about it. And that is the enigma of the extraterrestrial hypothesis. All right? So you see how I so skillfully brought this all back again?
Yeah, I do.
That's an insight. You're supposed to react to it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've got the YouTube up and the Facebook, and there's just some stuff going through, and I'm just kind of checking it out, seeing what's
Is there somebody commenting about what we're doing?
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I'd be probably reading a book if I started going through it all. But yeah, it's been a little active, a little bit.
Is it good or bad?
Oh, not bad at all. Just talking about things like Art Bell, William Cooper, Antarctica, the UFO there, and
I've known most of those people.
Yeah, well, I definitely, I mean, I didn't know Art Bell like he was my buddy or anything, but I was on his network, and I did talk with him on the phone a few times.
I was on a show. I was on Art Bell's show once, and George Norrie's show 3 times.
Yeah, Ian Punnett passed away.
Who?
Ian Punnett. He's one of the guys who would fill in on Coast to Coast.
Oh, that's right.
He was actually one of my favorite. I like him and George Knapp. Those two, I think, were the best over there after Art Bell left.
George Knapp was out of Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I like George Norrie, and I think he's served a purpose. But now I'm going to be just totally honest. I listen to Coast, and it's boring to me. Just very boring.
Okay.
It's very. I mean, the music is like from the 1950s now.
But it's good for selling books.
I mean, it still does well. It does a hell of a lot better than I do. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, but for me, it's not what it used to be. It's just, it's just gotten really.
There are influences there are also influences guiding George Norrie.
Well, and I think there also comes a time, I don't want to say, I'm going to sound like I'm bashing them, and I'm not, but,
I'm not bashing them.
No, I know, I'm not either.
That's not negative.
Yeah, I don't know, he sounds tired. Can I just say that? George sounds tired. He's doing a lot.
Well,
he goes and sings, he does his show.
We all get tired.
He's out there like Frank Sinatra or something. I mean, it's just...
How close are we to the break?
We actually should have taken it already. So why don't we go ahead and do that? And
I'm not the host, but I would say, why don't we do our break?
All right. So why don't we do that then? So hang on with me, Dr. Rand, and everybody else, wherever you are around the globe, the chat room, another planet, or on the other side. This is The Last Frequency. I'm Mike Vara, and it is New Year's Day, New Year's night, 2024, just in case you didn't know. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Carolina Radio, Columbia.
Excellent.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
You're listening to the VARA Network. Hey, frequencies of all walks of life. Keep up with all things TLF Radio by joining our mailing list. Go to the bottom of the homepage and fill in the form. You'll get everything from guest info and show info and other important station-related information. So sign up now.
Crazy-ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
You heard me. Crazy-ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
Crazy-ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
For all your bumper sticker needs, just click on the Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers banner located at the foot of my website, www.lastfrequency.com. That's Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers and more.
You're making me crazy.
You're listening to The Last Frequency with Mike Vara.
Do you want to hear the truth about the far out, the out of the box, and the things that go bump in the night? Do you want to explore the mysteries of time and space, conspiracies and politics, and everything else that the mainstream media won't tell you? Then tune in to The Last Frequency Radio, the show that covers it all with host Mike Vara. He will take you on a journey of discovery and enlightenment and challenge your assumptions and beliefs. Whether it's UFOs, paranormal, Bigfoot, forbidden archaeology, or government cover-ups, he will bring you the facts and the opinions that matter. The Last Frequency Radio is live weeknights at 9 p.m. Eastern on lastfrequency.com. You can also listen to past shows on our website and Rumble. And don't forget to check out the shop for some cool merchandise. The Last Frequency Radio is your source for the ultimate truth. When all communications go down, this just may be your last frequency.
This is The Last Frequency.
You are the resistance.
From the great Southeast, in the capital city, Columbia, South Carolina, you're listening to The Last Frequency with your host, Mike Vara. To get questions to Mike, just go to the portal page on the website or give a call at 803-369-3629. Now, here is Mike Vara.
Back we are. This is The Last Frequency. You're watching, you're listening, you're here, and that's all that matters. And so are we. We being myself, your host, Mike Vara, and my guest, Dr. Jason Rand. So, that's a little catchy little thing, isn't it? So the website, lastfrequency.com. Go on over, become a late nighter. Be informed. And by all means, inform others. I can't tell you just how important it is. Get the word out and, help us expand. Help us expand. I started out with this show. Was only I remember I said, I'm only going to do one night a week. And, my time kind of at one point freed up a little. And it didn't free up, but I still added on more days. And so now I'm doing 3 nights, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with the last frequency, and then Saturdays at midnight with Uncensored. And so that's a 4-night-a-week deal. Just one more night, we'd make 5, but boy, I can't. I'm telling you, I am so tired of going back to the corporate world. That's how I feel about it. I give stronger opinions Saturday at midnight. Anyways, this is the last frequency, and I do have a guest. I want to get back to it with him. Don't forget the website again, lastfrequency.com. Oh, and by the way, we now have the wonderful gods of YouTube have honored us with being able to do subscriptions over here. So, if you want to, and super chat and all this other stuff. So, if you want to help us out, there's ways you can do it. They're all right there. You can also go to the website, lastfrequency.com, and you can hit the donate button. You can subscribe over there as well. Every little bit helps. And remember, there's perks, yes, but it's more about supporting what you have here so it continues to be here. I've been at this for over 16 years now. I love it. I started out just doing weekends. I did Friday nights after I got out of work. I rushed to get ready for the show. I started at 10 p.m. and I didn't end it till 2 a.m. And then I did that on Fridays and Saturdays. And then finally I added a Wednesday on because Glenn Kennedy came into the picture, and he was coming on quite frequently, so I added a Wednesday on for that. And then before you know it, it just took off. You all started supporting the show so well that I was able to put full time into it. And so maybe one day we'll get back to that. But right now I'm doing the best I can, and as we all are. Isn't that right, Dr. Rand?
Yes. First of all, let's thank and tell how much we love our audience. Without our audience, we only have ourselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not that I don't mind talking to myself sometimes, but I wouldn't want to do it every night for 2 hours.
I wouldn't broadcast that to the world, Michael.
Hey, some of the best conversations I have are with myself.
I know.
I'm just gonna...
Well, guess what? Nobody argues with you best as you do.
That's right. That's right. And no one's a bigger critic.
No one will lie to you, and no one will tell you the truth like you will tell yourself the
That's
truth.
right. And I could look at myself in the mirror and tell myself, you dumb this or that, and I don't have to worry about getting slugged.
All right.
Anyways.
I found myself guilty in the first portion of your show tonight. I've got a lot of, remember the hanging chads for the 2000 election?
I'll tell you what, Dr. Rand, I'll make an offer to you now. I don't know if you'll be up for it or not, but if you would like to come on Saturday at midnight and you want to just pour it out politically, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you're on Saturday. I'll see you Saturday at midnight for that.
All right, and I'll take a nap before.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I try to do that too. Like on my lunch at work, I'll try to just go out to the car and sleep for.
Why don't we have somebody else on? Somebody like Fun Like.
Oh, I could do that. I can get my my buddy Brian. He's in Georgia. He'll come on.
Okay.
And he's just an average guy who's sick of the way things are going too. So.
Is he funny?
He's very funny. Yeah.
We need somebody funny.
And there's Grant. Oh, well, then there's Grant. Now, Grant's very funny. Grant's, I don't know if he's going to be working or not, but he's actually going to be doing a podcast with me and my boys here soon.
I might be able to get the president to come on.
Yeah, but that's not funny. I thought you wanted
Oh,
someone funny.
Oh, he is. He is.
He is funny. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've had the president on my show several times.
I know, and I've told you, like, for me, it's like, I mean, it's fun for a few minutes I could do it, but to carry, I mean, you do a great job with it. You'd be a great actor because you're able to go on with the character. I can't because I know it's not the real president, and it's just I feel stupid even, engaging like that. It's just me. It's my inner ego or something. I don't know, but.
Well, I'll try to do this. This Saturday might be too soon. But what I'll do is I'll write a show. See, what I do with him is I write the show. I write the questions out, and that's the secret to our getting together, him and I. I write the right questions, and he gives me the right answers, Trump style.
Yeah.
That's the secret to it, and that's what everybody loves about it. I get nothing but positive reviews on it. Always. Anyway, we digressed again. I'll work on putting a show together, but I'll write it. Okay?
All right.
As a writer-producer. All right. Now, I want to finish up about what I think is going to happen sometime before July 4th. The Ships of Light. I started on it and got totally pulled away. I'm going to make a prediction that over all the major capitals of the world, simultaneously, there will be a display of these magnificent, unbelievable ships of light. Do you remember in Star Trek when the warbirds used to shimmer into focus?
Yeah, I do.
You do remember that?
Yeah, it's like they were going to a different vibration so they could be seen.
That's exactly what they will do. See, I got to digress for a second again. The creator of Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry, was also a contactee as a child, just as I was. And he and I became friends in 1974. And I had the chance to know him and talk to him and had lunches with him and kibitzing. I spent a week in his company, just him and I. No, not just him and I. I was his host that week. In other words, I provided the transportation, and he would, if there's anything he needed or wanted, I was with him most of the time. He was there to look at a submarine that had been used in the movie Around the World Under the Sea. It's an old, goes way back to the 50s. And that, I was part owner of that submarine back in 1973, 74. And it was in dry dock in a Miami marina off the Miami River.
I gotta say, Dr. Rand, I don't think I could ever go down in a submarine. I think it would make me panicky because
really,
water is no joke. If something happens to that thing while you're down, that's the problem with me. I think of the worst. That's why I'm still alive.
Well, you can have a little fun. We're digressing again, but what the hell? If you go to Disney World in Florida, they have a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea amusement attraction where you go down in a sub and it's covered by water. You're there and you look up the periscope. It's very fun. Anyway, there will be a simultaneous display of these huge ships of light. They will simply shimmer into focus and light. In other words, if it's noon in Washington, D.C., and it's midnight in Moscow, they would appear. Or if it's 2 p.m. in China or wherever, it'll be simultaneous, day or night.
I always thought that that's what happened when you can see them, that they change their vibration, and that's why we're seeing them. It's like because
that's only part of it.
Yeah,
it's much more complicated. So They will suddenly shimmer into focus, unannounced. They will only be there 3 to 4 to 5 minutes at most. And there will be billions and billions and billions and billions of people taking pictures of them. So they need not have any worry about exposure.
Ooh,
You
the
follow?
men in black are going to be busy.
Nah.
No?
They're going to go quiet. Ah, they've just been shamed.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be a little butthurt, you know? So.
A little butthurt here, you know?
Yeah. So,
So
and
like
when is this going to happen?
When did you say?
Yes, sir. When can we?
I'm expecting it sometime between now and July 4th. And wouldn't it be something if for us it came on July 4th? I mean, how much more of an indicator would you need that we need to wake up? So what will happen is there will be an instantaneous change across the entire planet forever of the question of, are we alone?
Anyone who still thinks we are alone, they are living in an underground cave somewhere.
There are millions and millions, many of them religious. That
I want
that.
to meet one of them grays because they seem like one of the more interesting. Some say they're robots. I don't believe they are.
They're a mixture.
Oh yeah. Then some say they could have helmets on.
There's AI for you.
Now, what if
that's a classic example of where AI is going to go.
But what if the big head is actually a helmet, and what if they're like a space helmet, like what we put on?
It's a partial being, but it has a lot of AI in it. Okay, we're really digressing again.
Okay. Yeah,
All
I mean, yeah, we
it's
are, but yeah.
Somebody's got to keep us on course here, and it's got to be me.
Okay. Well, go for it then.
So I want to finish about these ships of light. Yes. Their whole point of appearing, they will appear for 4 to 5 to 6 minutes only, and they will just shimmer back out, and they'll be gone. They just go from one dimension to another. It's not that they have to travel from here to there. You see?
Uh-huh.
These intelligences, these ships of light, could be as many as 1 million or 2 or 3 million years old in advance of us. It's only been about 50 to 75,000 years that we started walking upright. You follow me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we are very, 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 very young in terms of a species. Okay, and we are in a very delicate balance of survival right now, because as a species, we're about to kill each other permanently. It's that simple.
Oh, you're not. You're preaching to the choir right now. I've said that.
I mean, it's not that we all have to go to war. We'll just
the purge.
What will happen?
The purge.
What will happen? What?
The Purge. Remember the movie The Purge?
Yeah.
It'd kind of be something like that.
Yeah. So here's the good news. I've been assured by Elon that not only from his star sector, but from all the other star sectors, they all agree that the Earth, number one, is too valuable in terms of resources. See, a lot of ships come here for resources. A lot of ships come here for water, electricity. They get an electromagnetic charge from the planet itself. You see, the planet is one huge magnetic machine, the Earth. And it produces energy. And they know how to capture that energy, which we should be learning how to do. But it's very complicated. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm digressing again, but I'm not digressing. I'm trying to paint in a story here for everyone tonight to understand that we are at a very, very precarious point in the history of not only the United States, but in the entire history and integrity of the planet called Earth.
Okay.
Any kind of an atomic conflict, no matter how big or small, would immediately upset the entire operating systems on the planet. It would disrupt nature terribly. And once that happens, it doesn't make any difference where you are. You could be subject to earth changes. I'm not trying to go dark and gloom here. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just telling you to remind you and the audience of how precarious a place we actually are living in and on right now. You've got two major wars that are taking place. These are major wars. Don't assume they're regional conflicts, because they involve almost every country in some way or form. Everybody's on one side. I mean, there are a certain amount of powerful countries on one side of the equation, and then there are many more, just as many positive. Fortunately, there's more conservative, democratic societies on the good side than there are on the bad side.
Yeah, I'd like to believe that.
I don't want to name the bad side countries. If you don't know them by now, then you need to do a little bit of research in your life. Okay.
Well, it's like everything else. There's good and there's bad, right?
There has to be. That's the balance that the universe demands.
The yin and the yang.
Even the universe has a... Did you know that the universe has a conscience?
Oh, I bet it does.
Everything in creation follows the same creation model.
That's why every now and then, Dr. Rand, it throws a rock at us.
That's right. See, the planet is a living body. And it has a skin, some of it's water, but it's a living thing. It has its own consciousness. The Earth has been here for almost 8.3 billion with a B years.
Isn't it crazy, though, to think that one day it's not going to be here?
We, as a 21st century intelligent species, have only been here for a little bit over 75,000 years. And it's taken us all that time to get to where we find ourselves right now.
Yes, but there's been others here before us. There's been other species.
Many other species. And in many other times, see, here's what we don't realize. There have been as many as 7 or 8 major, higher technical civilizations that may have been in power here on the planet. And one of them, of course, was Atlantis and Lemuria. Now, the Egyptian component of this was also very highly technically connected and had interplay with many types of star travelers throughout the destiny of Egypt. The Egyptians did not build the pyramids. They were built by extraterrestrial and ultra-terrestrial technologies that levitated all those rocks. Michael, some of them are 40 tons. We don't have cranes that can lift that much. Do you follow me?
I know,
and certainly, and Michael, certainly not 440 feet up in the air. That stuff.
Yeah, that's a bit much. That's what I'm saying. But who knows what kind of technology they had here?
Well, trust me, that pyramid is a lot older than people think it is. So is the Sphinx. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Incidentally, I'm going to put a plug out to the History Channel. Okay? I spend as much time on the History Channel as I spend on almost any other entertainment channel.
Well, be careful there too.
Why?
Well, I mean, just because you never know, it is TV.
Michael, it's up to me to discern.
That's right.
What's true and rightful and wrong.
And as a friend, I'm just telling you, be careful. That's all.
I appreciate that, but I've always found the highest production values in anything and everything that the History Channel produces. But their Ancient Alien series is absolutely mandatory for all the newcomers that we have.
I like that. I watch it. I do. I watch it. I know it's like some people pick on it and say, "Oh, it must be the aliens because everything's the aliens." But some of that stuff.
Everything is the aliens. See, that's the funny part of what we don't have any cognizant intelligence or awareness of. The Bible is full of it. People have no idea how to read the Bible because they preach wrong from it. The Bible is meant as a guidepost to teaching us how to learn about the past and the future. The book of Revelation is the last book of the Bible. Interesting that it's the last book. Just think about that point alone. Why did they make a book about the end times? Why did they? Because that's where it had to go.
Or
the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation has been playing itself out for quite a while.
Or
we are now.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are now close to the end times for the scenario that the book of Revelation depicts for the future of this country and all and the rest of the world. You don't have to live by it, and you don't have to believe it, but you sure as hell should be aware of it.
Well, listen
by the way,
now. Okay, go ahead. Finish that thought.
Say your thought.
I was going to say, what if at the time they were writing about maybe the times they were going through? What if that, what if that was someone else's end times?
It has worked. The book of Revelation was designed to be reusable through many areas and times of conflict and eras of development. That's the absolute incredible significance of the book of Revelation.
Okay.
It worked in medieval times.
Because history repeats itself, I suppose, right?
It keeps playing itself out over and over and over. But the interesting part is the only absolute part that has yet to be played out was the return of Christ himself. That has yet to be played out a second time.
All right, listen here now. I got something from one of the listeners in the chat here. It's from Facebook. Michael says, everything I found out the book of Revelations was before Christianity, so weigh that in, he says.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. See, that book transcends just Christianity. It's a guidepost for the future. Every single word in the book of Revelation was dictated by Jesus himself to one of the archangels, who then was commissioned to go down to earth and visit with Paul.
Yeah.
And then he visited with John, who was the only apostle not crucified. He was banished to the island of Patmos in the Aegean Sea. And it was there that he died, but before he died, and by the way, some believe that he was ascended. There's no proof, but some people believe that. In other words, he ascended before he died, John, the revelator. Anyway, every word in that book was dictated to an archangel who then gave it to John, who recorded it. So, in the very beginning on the first page, it blesses those who read it and curses those who defame it. And those are the words of Jesus himself. So, when reading or attempting to understand the book of Revelation, you should pray on it first, and it will reveal itself to you. It's written in code, not in an impossible code. It's written in the code of the soul. And only those people, and we get in trouble here maybe, only those people who bring themselves deeply enough into the light of understanding and righteousness will understand it. It becomes very apparent to them. And this is not a condemnation. It's a qualifier. Okay? Okay, so I wanted to clear that up. These ships of light, let's finish up, will appear and they will disappear, and they will once and for all answer the question, are we alone? Now, when that happens, there will be a spiritual and a political awakening around the planet, which will allow us to then proceed into the next phase of the end times. Okay?
Why is it called the end times? Like, what's ending? Are we all going to be gone, or is it just an end of the system? And end to what?
The end of the power system. The righteous will be removed from the planet. There will be a cleansing. There will be a cleanup, and there will be a repair made to the planet. And then after that, Jesus will bring selected members of his flock back to the planet for the 1,000 years of peace before the final judgment.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't lose you anywhere.
No. I mean, I
This
believe
is
me.
not going to be. This conflagration is not the final judgment.
Well, I don't think the end time. I think when it's the end. I mean, we'll know when it's the end.
The end that I'm referring to is when Christ returns. That's when the book of the new phase of the book of Revelation begins.
Well, he might need to update his GPS, because we've been waiting for a long time and he's still not arrived. And I'm not being sarcastic. I kind of am, but I'm not. I'm not trying to be. But
look at it. Look at it this way: it's a divine decision, not yours, not mine.
Well, right. But if you say you're going to come, damn it, get here.
You believe either in the entire structure of heaven and all that it contains, or you don't.
I believe in an afterlife. I don't know about all the other stuff. What consists of it? I'm not certain. I just know that there's this afterlife. I know that people on the other side have said that there is a God, so I'm pretty sure there is. What it all consists of, I'm not certain, and I just don't. For me personally, I don't feel like I can get that out of a book. I feel like I need to experience it to know it.
If I said to you God's greatest gift was his creation, how would you react to that? So what?
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he's powerful enough to create an entire universe, I guess I should at least try to understand who or what God is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think anyone will ever be able to fully understand what God. I mean, God is just so big we can't see it, and I won't say
Yeah,
he or him because I don't feel like it's a gender.
that is true. Everything you said is true. So look, how much time we got left?
We still got 19 minutes.
Oh, I almost said the S word.
Save it for Saturday.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm grateful to be alive in these times. This is possibly the most exciting period to have been born into because although I'm going to be 85, I'm still here and I'm still fighting.
God bless you.
To keep up, I'm determined to keep on living as long as God decides I should be. How's that for reference?
Well, that's great, but I want you around for a while longer. You're my
Don't be so selfish.
you're my
Stop being
radio
so
buddy,
selfish.
man.
Stop being so selfish.
Well, hey, misery likes company.
All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. I've been privileged to learn an awful lot of information about an awful lot of things. I've had a great life, done many, many things. I'm happy to be alive, and I will continue to function to the best of my ability because I believe that I have unfinished things to do yet. Okay? Also includes organizing and putting together a movie based on the book, getting all the other books published, and still doing teaching seminars and things, doing shows like yours. Okay? I was never meant to be one of these glamour-seeking personalities, or I was never meant to be riding around in limousines. That's not what my reality is all about.
Limousines
My
aren't all
reality-
that, anyways.
Well, I've had a chance to meet dozens of important people in the entertainment business. I spent a whole day with Michael Jackson one day at the top of a penthouse at 9200 Sunset Drive West. Just he and I. From about 8:30 in the morning, we spent together until 4:45. Just him and me. We had food brought in twice, actually 3 times. And this was before Michael Jackson changed. In other words, this was before the lightening of his skin and the face work that he had done. Okay? This is when he was still the sweet, young thriller Michael Jackson. And it was an experience I will never, ever, 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 ever forget. Because when you spoke to him, he listened to you with his entire body. When he spoke to you, he was speaking to you from his entire body. And it was like the whole day was in 3D. Okay?
Are you playing little drums over there? Oh, no,
Yeah,
stop. I heard it sounded like you were doing finger drums on like a peanut butter jar or something.
No, I'm just half scrunched on the bed enjoying that
Oh,
conversation.
okay. All right, great.
Nobody here. I got one cat sprawled at my feet, and the other cat is hunkered under my left arm and my hip. I've got 2 beautiful cats as my best friends.
I want to get a little dog in this damn place that I live at, which, I mean, I like the place, but, it's like now I find out that it would be an extra $300 and some deposit you got to put down if you're going to have a pet. It's like, I know a lot of people are horrible with pets, but, man, mine are like my children when I have one.
And you won't get the money back.
Oh, yeah, they'll always find a reason to keep it. I know.
Right. So anyway, in closing tonight, I'm going to do a little prayer like we always do. But I'm finding that I'm becoming much more spiritually connected to my Christian faith principles, because I believe that these are going to be my weapons that I will use when the satanic forces come tempting. We're all going to be tempted, by the way. I should maybe just spend 1 minute on that.
So we'll be tempted by the fruit of another.
Oh, we're going to be tempted like you wouldn't believe.
As the song says. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all part of this transition to the 666 concept of the unrighteous one who will pretend he's God, pretend he's Jesus, and he will come to pervert the world.
Dr. Rand, I've always had this little theory that, well, not a theory, but a theory of what would happen if, and that is if they ever got just a drop, just a chisel of the blood of Jesus, these psychopaths would clone them, and they might clone the evil, you might get evil Jesus.
No. What will happen
be a good movie.
There will be a separating of the wheat from the chaff. The good will be separated from the evil, and the evil will have to deal with themselves. They'll wind up fighting themselves. That's the beauty of the way the story is. You see?
I do.
The evil will consume themselves. That'll pave the way for Jesus to come with his minions. And his minions are going to consist of extraterrestrials and ultra-terrestrials, beings and angels of light who come in ships. We could do that in another show if you like.
Sure.
Oh, we might play with that Saturday night.
We can.
We could play with that.
Listen, uncensored, we can talk about anything you want. It's just uncensored. You don't have to watch what you say. You don't have to worry about, I'm to a degree. I mean, you can't come on, screaming racial slurs, but I mean.
Hey, that's not us.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, anything goes, but stuff
So
like
you gotta give me a 5-minute warning.
For what? Oh, for tonight. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're almost there. We got about 6 more minutes.
Okay, well, then let me start my close.
All right, then.
I want to thank you for having me on. It's great talking to everybody. Please keep listening, and please help us. If you have any little shekels you want to send Michael's way, please do. It would certainly be appreciated and helped. Mike's a one-man bank. He does it all by himself. So anybody out there, I'm shamelessly asking for donations. We sure would appreciate it. All right, now, I will work on a new show idea for us, okay?
All right.
And I'll present it to you in about 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Okay.
I'm in the midst of finishing my book, so I got to get it out. I'm going to sneeze. Oh,
bless you.
Now, how's that for a closing, huh?
Hey, that's 2024 sneeze.
My first sneeze of the new year.
Yeah, your first sneeze of the new year.
So what I'd like to do is leave everybody with a positive thought. 2024 is going to be a great year for everybody. There'll be a change of ideas. There's going to be a change of spirit. There'll be a change of government. There's going to be a change of religion. There's going to be a change in the weather patterns. Things are going to start getting better again. All we have to do is learn what is right and what is wrong, figure out who we are as individuals. You can be a conservative, you can be an independent, you can be a progressive, but whatever you do, be responsible for your decisions and the things that you decide to embrace as milestones or guideposts in your life. If you want to be progressive, okay, but judge wisely. The same thing if you want to be an independent or a conservative or a religious person or not, okay? But whatever you are, be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you pretend about a lot of things, look in that mirror and say, who am I really speaking to? Okay?
Yeah.
So with that, I want to say thank you for the show. I'm going to say a prayer before I go. But I want to thank you for having me on. I hope that everybody listening was entertained. If you have any thoughts on what we talked about, email them to Mike and we'll talk about them Saturday night. How's that?
Absolutely. And you know, Dr. Rand, they say whatever you're doing on New Year's is what you'll be doing the rest of the year. So it looks like I'm going to be talking with you the rest of the year. And I'm going to be doing the last frequency the rest of the year, too.
All right.
So
now for our quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, dear Lord Jesus, look down upon this beautiful world that we live in, protect it from any outside aggression or negativity or damage. Look after North America, which is our home side. Let's zero in on the United States of America, dear Lord. Give her compassion, give her strength, give her wisdom, give her serenity, and give her proper judgment for what's coming and facing us in this election year of 2024. Dear Heavenly Father, forgive the other side and the progressives and evil, for they know not, dear Lord, what they do within your grand scheme of things for humanity as we plunge into the new year of this new 21st century. I ask this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Michael, good night, everybody. Michael, we'll see you Saturday night.
Saturday night. All right, my friend. Stay safe,
Call
stay
me on
warm.
the same number now. Don't call me on another number. You call me on this number.
I got it saved now. I'll be able to reach you.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And Happy New Year to you, Dr. Rand.
Thank you, buddy. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And many more to come. So, this is it. Happy New Year's to every one of you, wherever it is you may be around the globe, in the chat room, on another planet, or on the other side. This has been a broadcast of The Last Frequency. I will be back with you on Wednesday night. Don't know with who yet, but I will definitely be here. Friday as well. And then Saturday, I'll have Dr. Rand and who knows who else. Maybe Grant, maybe Brian, maybe all of them. Maybe we'll have a round table. Haven't done that in a while. So that's Saturday, uncensored. So with that, folks, again, happy 2024. Keep your eyes posted to the sky because you never know what you might see. Keep your ears posted to this broadcast because you never know what you might learn. Good night, everybody. And again, Happy New Year's. Oh, what is going on? They removed? It removed. I don't know what is going on. I'm going to have to get a new board, I think, because this board has been acting really, really strange lately. Something's... Oh, he's always got to have, right? And catch it the last minute. That's all right. I'll fix it. Come on. Darn you. It is not cooperating. What did it just do? Well, you know what, folks? I don't know what it is trying to do. Do I have it there? I don't have it there. I don't have it there. Well, ain't that something? It sure is. All right, well, you know what? My going out tune is like missing here. It just disappeared, so I guess we'll go out the way we came in. Good night, everybody.